And we say good morning to you. We are broadcasting live on the road today. We are here again at Love Coming Here. Lingerfield Drug Center. Here we're going to be with Dr. Carter, and he'll be joining us coming up here in just a little while. Andrew Smith joins us from the Johnson City Press. Coach Bill Robinson is scheduled to join us from Milligan University, and also Jeff Birchfield is going to join us from Johnson City Press, Kingsport Times News as well. So all that coming up again on this gorgeous, overcast but sunny Wednesday, the 13th, and so we're here live at Lingerfield Drug Center, and we're going to take a break, get set up, ready to go. We'll break out of here with a. I told you what's going to happen in college football. They're going to block the SEC, and that's exactly what they're doing. From the standpoint of going from a 16 to a 24 team playoff format. What are you talking about? We'll tell you about it right after this from David Collins on the Tom Taylor Sports. Tell us why. A lot of real estate companies out there. Why David Collins and Collins and Company?
Well, we service before and after the sale. I think that's a big thing, and follow through on phone calls. Um, I think, and I have a lot of people just comment on how professional our website is, how professional our agents are, and what we do, and how we follow through with things. For instance, I'm not telling the name of a real estate company or anything like that. That's had a buyer that bought one of our houses through another agency, and she just called me. She said my agent didn't show up at closing, didn't bring me any keys. We didn't do a final walkthrough. That's pretty sad. And I just want to let folks know, you come here, you're going to get service. Follow through. We're going to work through with you, follow you through the process, help you through the process. You don't have a lender, we've got lenders we recommend, attorneys for closing we recommend, and you get full service here.
End of story. Full service. Phone number to call?
423-543-5741.
A 97% closing ratio, folks. Collins and Company, great sponsor of the Tom Taylor Sports Show and Elizabeth and Cyclone Sports. And back on the Tom Taylor Sports Show, just got confirmation. That's good. We'll be inside tonight. Couldn't do the game outside tonight. It's supposed to rain, be very damp, and I know you all don't always understand that, but all this equipment I use, it can't be outside where it's damp, and you probably would understand that. So Josh Kite said we're going to put him inside. It may be tight. We're going to put him inside and let him call the game. So it's the regional softball championship. The winner will be at home Friday night. So if Elizabeth can go down and beat a very good Crockett team, of course Elizabeth's a very good team. That's why they're both still playing. Granger was Crockett's victim a couple of nights ago, 3-0. Last night we stopped a very good Volunteer team, 5-3. 3 home runs. Lacey Gobble, Sadie Williams, and Adrian Henning, all three went deep. So they're at Crockett tonight, 6 o'clock, airtime at 5:45. So regional championship. So there you go. I don't miss church for much, but for a regional championship, we'll miss it. And so that's where we'll be tonight. Again, audio only. If you miss the broadcast, here's what you're going to see on the air. And up in the corner, it's a countdown. Football countdown. 100 days, 7 hours, and 40 minutes till kickoff. We started that today. We're 100 days out from Cyclone football. It's hard to believe. Hello, B.J. Miller. Hello to Junior Campbell. So again, we'll get into the baseball and softball regionals coming up here in just a second. But I want to tell you, this is a lead story coming out for me anyway for the show. ACC wants to double the number of the teams in the college football playoff. They want to go to 24. They had a meeting, been having meetings again in Jacksonville, spring meetings with coaches and ADs. Big 12 also supports a 24 team field. The Big 10 wants a 24 field team. So does the Big 12. So it puts a lot of pressure on the SEC, who Greg Sankey has maintained and hasn't changed. Says we're sticking with a 16 team format. Everybody else has gone 24. Now, the caveat to this is the Big 10 and the SEC share controlling interest in the playoff format. They're the Big Daddies. Well, the Big Daddy 1, Big 10 says 24 teams. Big Daddy number 2, the SEC, says 16 team. We'll see how this ends up. But everybody else has got in behind the Big 10 and says we want this to be a 24 team format going forward. So we'll see. Two sides did not see eye to eye during the expansion talks last summer, leading up to the college football playoff remaining at 12 teams for the upcoming 26-27 season. Athletic directors and commissioners are wrestling with how to replace the broadcast revenue tied to conference championship games, money that would disappear under a 2014 format, with new revenue from an expanded playoff format. But so they're trying to eliminate the conference championships in college football. So And I get that, but they say, okay, well, how are we going to make up the revenue? So it sounds good in theory to go 24. We'll see. I don't know if they can get Greg Sankey to change it up, if they can block voting and power playing. But again, the two big decision makers in all this, and everybody knows it at the table, are the Big Ten and the SEC. And so right now, Big Ten says 24 teams. Everybody else says 24 teams. SEC says 16 teams. The FBS coaches have raised concerns about the length of the season and the long layoff facing playoff teams. You know, last year, from one game to the next game, at one point, I think it was Indiana, set 3 weeks before they played. You know, that really is kind of crazy. I mean, these kids they're college kids. They're ready to go. And you get out of your rhythm, if you will, from practice, play, practice, play, practice, play to practice, 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 and sit. You get, to use the term, rusty, and I think you do, to a point you lose your edge. So these coaches are saying, don't want to wait that long between games. So they propose expanding the playoffs, starting the postseason a week after the regular season to get it going. The weekend currently reserved for conference championship games. So we'll see how that goes. Games would run through December, the season ending by the second Monday in January, well ahead of the next season's January 25th title game. Also, they're trying to build momentum to start the college football season a week earlier. Well, it's currently week 0, so we'll see. Everybody gets a trophy mentality. You're exactly right, Junior. Well put. So anyway, 24 teams is what everybody wants except the SEC. And the Big Ten and SEC make the final call, and I don't know, they're split right now on that, so we'll see. All right, you look at regional softball action. Here's who's playing tonight, ready to go, again, for the regional championship. And the Cyclones, we just got confirmation we will be there, so got to be inside. With weather and dampness, not good for the equipment, can't sit outside, although we sat outside last night. It was a beautiful night, Churchill. It's an interesting perch where I was, but, you know, it worked out. It's okay. So it's a great ball game last night. Andrew was there. He's going to talk about it here in a second. He's getting rolling in here. The softball regional championship tonight. Cloudland is at North Green, and Wartburg Central is at Oliver Springs in single A. In 2A softball regional championships, you have Unicoi County hosting Eagleton. Sweetwater's at Kingston tonight. Then you have in 3A, you go, of course, our game, Elizabethton at Crockett. On the other side of the bracket is Cobb County hosting Gibbs. So the winners will play on Friday for the sectional with a chance to get to the state tournament next week. So if you win today, you're at home on Friday. That's the bottom line. And so if the Cyclones can go to Crockett and beat a good Crockett team, they'll be at home Friday night for a chance to go to the state tournament. In 4A, you have Science Hill hosting Maryville, and then you have Farragut at Knox West. That's your softball regional championships for today. And again, we'll go in there at 5:45, audio only. First pitch at 6, Lady Cyclones and the Lady Pioneers. This will be number, 2, 3, 4, fifth time they played each other. Is that right? Twice in the district, twice in the regular season. Yeah, fifth time they will have played each other. And Crockett's won them all. They're 4-0 against them, so we'll see what will happen. So, but they're getting ready to play a good team, and the Cyclones are getting ready to play a good team. I would bet, I don't gamble, I would bet the house sitting here at the Lingerfield Drug Center, I would bet on every jar of preserves and butter over there on those shelves that it'll be Madeline Delaney for Crockett and Lacey Gobble for the Lady Cyclones. And that's your two big guns, and that's what I would anticipate happening. Andrew Smith's here. Dr. Ed Carter's here. We'll take a break and get them both in. We're here live at Lingerfield Drug Center on show number 2496. Got the big celebration coming up on Monday. We'll be at Chick-fil-A here in Elizabethton to celebrate show number 2500. And so we're excited about that. And so we will be there and hope you'll stop by. We got some cupcakes, I think she's doing, and balloons and some different things just to celebrate and culminate show number 2500 of the Tom Dillard Sports Show. It's a long time coming, 11 years to get to this point. All right, quick break. Dr. Ed Carter's next on the Tom Dillard Sports. Brumman Sports Shop in downtown Elizabeth with your favorite school's T-shirts, polos, or hoodies. They can put your school, church, or company's logo on lots of different styles of hats, including Nike and Richardson and now Travis Matthew. Windbreakers, sublimated shirts, pullovers, koozies. They can order for any area school
and your favorite team. Dry Fit sleeveless hoodies, Nike Dry Fit t-shirts, women's and toddler sizes. You can order any uniform for any sport, including the pants or shorts from Brummett Sports Shop. And they always have a clearance rack to save you money. Plaques, trophies, medals, and ribbons, and all the engraving is done in-house. And they offer hard-to-find Letterman jackets of your favorite school for guys, ladies, and now elementary and middle school athletes too. And they offer all the different sports patches as well. Brummett Sports Shop, downtown Elizabeth, and Facebook, Instagram, website, BrummettSportsShop.com, phone 542-2321, Brummett Sports Shop in downtown Elizabethton.
Look who stopped by. Well, he's supposed to. It's his store. So there you go. The owner of said establishment, our buddy Dr. Ed Carter. How you doing, sir?
Doing well.
Yeah, busy this morning, aren't you?
It has been, yes.
We like that.
Oh, yeah.
We like busy. So allergies is going to be our topic. Allergies. It's out there. It runs. So the weather fluctuates. Temperature. It's been 70s, and then some days it's been 60s. Nighttime. Does that mess with your allergies when the temperature goes all over the place?
It does. A lot of people realize it without realizing why. It has to do a lot with kind of switching from heat to air. You know, going because that the heat in your house is a real dry air. You've got that, and then it causes pollen to fall out of trees. So, really, all the spring is bad anyways with the pollen, but the temperature changes are making it a whole lot worse this year.
Well, thought I'd ask that because it felt like it. I mean, it's like this with the weather, with the temperature. By the way, you brought me one of these. Fruit Punch BioLite. Tell us about this real quick. This is really good stuff.
Yeah, so that's just a really powerful hydration drink. It's similar to like a liquid IV, but when you think about hydrating water versus Gatorade, if you are real dehydrated, you've sweated a bunch or been out working, you think drink 3 or 4 bottles of water, but that water, you end up peeing most of it right back out. And that's where they create a Gatorade where it's got the specific salts and electrolytes in it. It helps you retain that fluid a little bit better and rehydrate. And that's what the BioLite is. It's just a little bit more powerful than the Gatorade.
It's good stuff.
Yeah, you wouldn't want to drink 3 or 4 of them a day. That'd give you diabetes, but drinking 1 or 2 to rehydrate, they're really good.
It says up here at the top of BioLite, IV in a bottle. It's pretty cool stuff. This is a Fruit Punch. You have, what, 3, 4 different flavors?
Yeah, I think we got 4.
4 different? Yeah. So we tried Fruit Punch today, and it's excellent. So let's jump in and talk about allergies. Let's go with this one right here. First product. Andrew Smith joins us coming up, sports writer of the Johnson City Press here in a minute. Allergy relief antihistamine. Tell us about this product.
Yeah, so antihistamines are kind of the mainstay for treating just seasonal allergies. And kind of to start off with, the first few that we're going to talk about, these are little 14-day packs. So they're good priced. A lot of times 14 days is enough to get you dried up, get you feeling better. But if you think, you know, I usually am snotty all season or I'm sneezing all season, come talk to us, and what we can do is write you in over-the-counter prescriptions for a month, 3 months, however much you want. And writing them in like that, we can skip sales tax, so that makes it a lot cheaper for you.
So he's always thinking about you out there.
But this one here, that's the Foster and Thrive is our brand generic. That's Benadryl. We've been selling a lot of that one because people say, you know, I get up in the day, I'm feeling fine, but when I lay down at night, try and go to sleep, I'm getting real stuffy. So Benadryl, everybody knows, is good to take at night. It helps you sleep, but it helps dry your nose up too. So that's a good nighttime allergy medicine.
24 mini tabs for $4.19. How about that? $4.19 from right here at Lingerfield Drug Center, right? This one is called All Day Allergy. Those are fancy words. You better tell me what that. What's an antihistamine? How you say that one?
That one's cetirizine.
Cetirizine hydrochloride.
Yep.
There you go.
So that one's generic Zyrtec. That one's just a little bit newer version of Benadryl. So you get the same antihistamine effects. It helps, you know, with itchy eyes, runny nose, kind of stuffiness. And that one is non-drowsy, though. So that one's a good one to take of the morning if you're kind of congested feeling through the day.
These are over-the-counters, of course, available here at Lingerfeld. All right, then we get into, this one you gave me? One of them you gave me. Give me this one.
Yeah.
All right, so I can tell you when I was 2 or 3 weeks ago, I don't know what I guess it was allergies. I'm not sure what it was, but it was right after Easter weekend. I said, Doc, he said, you don't sound too hot. I said, no, I'm down to a whisper. What do you got? Here it is. Let me tell you, this works. I can tell you from Tom Taylor, this $14.59 for 14 tablets, worth every penny. Tell us about this.
So these are generic Mucinex. That's something a lot of times antihistamines will get you cleared up, but if it's really set in congested hard in your head, the Mucinex goes in, helps thin all that junk up, lets you get it out of it a little easier. Whether you're blowing your nose, able to cough some out, or do a sinus rinse, the Mucinex is a good add-on for the allergy medicines, kind of get it out of you.
So I can give you a first-hand testimonial. This works. This was what I using, and I could tell a difference in a day. And so again, it's 1,200 milligrams. It's 14 extended-release tablets for $14.59. Not gonna break up your billfold. Here is Mucus Relief DM. Tell us about this one.
Yeah, so the plain Mucinex is good if you're congested, it's all in your head. The DM, the dextromethorphan in it, is real good for you. If it gets down in your chest, you're coughing, kind of sounding croupy, that one works in your head and down in your chest, so it'll help with that coughing too.
There you go. And this one is same price, $14 and change. Again, from right here at Lingerfield Drug Center. All right.
And that's a good one.
Saline nasal gel, no drip sinus spray. How you pronounce that? Air?
Air.
Air.
Yep.
All right. Air. AYR. Tell us about this one.
Yeah, so how we was talking about the heat switching on and off. Some people's been battling allergies. Some people is just having real dry nose. You know, where you're out all day, your heat kicks on at night, and it dries your nose out. That's a lot of people say when your nose gets real dry, you'll get those little scabs up in your nose. You feel congested, but you can't blow anything out. The air is real good for that. All it is just saline water, but you spray it in your nose as many times a day as you want, and it helps kind of re-moisturize your nose. So if it's whenever your nose gets dry, it just gets real inflamed. So a lot of times, if you're not sneezing or blowing stuff out, you can use that air, and as it re-moisturizes, everything opens back up, excuse me, and lets you breathe a little better.
$25? Nope. $20? Nope. $15? Nope. $11.19 for that. Wow. It's called Air, AYR. Over the counter here at Lingerfield Drug Center. All right, a couple of more. This is called Zaditor.
Yep.
Did I get it right?
Yeah.
Zaditor. 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 Tell me about this one.
So what we've got here now is kind of moving into the eye drops, and a lot of people this year especially have been coming in saying, you know, not stuffy, not coughing, just my eyes are driving me crazy. And that one is about the only actual anti-inflammatory that you can get over the counter. So that one would be if you've got, you know, you're out mowing, get dust in your eyes, getting pollen in your eyes, things like that, and your eyes are just, you know, get puffy, red, itchy. That's really good for that.
Zaditor. Price point on this is less than $20, $16.99. It works for up to 12 hours at a time. Zaditor. I'm saying that right. So there you go. There's that one. Then you have the house brand Foster and Thrive Eye Allergy Itch Relief. Tell us about this one.
Yeah, so this one and the next one coming up are our generic brand Pataday, and that's something about everybody's heard of Pataday. That's the oldest and the best eye allergy drops. But those would be, you know, you're sneezing, coughing, having real bad allergies, and your eyes bothering you. So those are antihistamines in there. So how, you know, taking a Benadryl or Zyrtec kind of dries up your nose or your head. If you've got kind of runny eyes, itchy, watery from allergies, these drops would help you with that. And that one is that one's the once a day version.
Once a day, right here.
Yep. And we've got the once a day and the original twice a day. The once a day is a little bit stronger. Some people would rather do it once a day, forget about it. Where it is a little bit stronger, some people say that once a day burns a little bit when you put it in. So I know whenever my eyes bother me, I usually put up with the burn for a few minutes because I won't remember to take it the second time.
You'll fight the pain knowing you only got to do it once. Here's one to go. This is the multiple times a day, correct? Same
Yep,
thing?
that one's morning and night.
There you go. So All these products, again, over the counter here at Lingerfield Drug Center, downtown Elizabeth, right beside Carter County Bank. We love promoting it, and we're going to do this too. You got another segment coming up?
Yep, whatever you want to do is good with me.
You want to do it now? Are we doing honey? Marcia, we're
Yeah,
going to
I've
do
got
honey.
some honey.
Well,
Yeah.
let's do the sunscreen stuff too right now while we
Yep,
got you.
sounds good.
Then we got Andrew Smith waiting in the wings. So here we go.
Let's see.
Here is Banana Boat Moisturizing After Sun Lotion.
Yeah.
Over the counter for $7.99. Banana Boat.
The weather this time of year has been unpredictable, to say the least. But if you look at the forecast for this week, one time I look and it's supposed to be 90 and sunny by the end of the week. Some saying storms. But if you're out in the sun, we've got sunscreen coming up. But if you've forgot a little bit of sunscreen or got too much sun, we've got the moisturizing lotion. Just you rub that in, and that's supposed to help you from burning. That kind of re-moisturizes your skin after you've baked it in the sun for a few hours.
16-ounce bottle for $7.99 over the counter here, Banana Boat. And that is the moisturizing after sun lotion. This is the after sun gel with aloe vera in it. Tell us about this one.
Yeah, so the aloe is real soothing for the skin. That one is, so like with the lotion, it's got the vitamin E in it too. That helps heal your skin. This one is more so just cooling. So you've got burnt, it's too late to do anything about it. You can put this stuff on it. But it's just a gel you rub on, and that aloe is real soothing.
All right. Then we got it for the babies, Copper Tone for the water babies, SPS 50. How about that? Copper Tone, just about this product.
Yeah, so everybody, it's one of those everybody knows. Copper Tone and Blue Lizard probably is the two best sunscreen makers there are. And Baby, what that one is it's same good sunscreen, but it's free of a lot of the preservatives and stuff that can, especially with kids nowadays, have a lot of allergies to different things. But that one would be safe to give to kids with all the skin allergies and stuff like that.
Hypoallergenic with aloe and nourishing vitamin E. So there you go. What's today? Today's the 13th. You got the pools are opening up. The swimming pools will be opening up in a couple of weeks. Hello, dear.
They are.
How are you? You what? You won't be there now. She's a hoot. Coppertone Sport. This is 30. 4-in-1 performance. Tell us about this one.
Yeah, so that one's a good one for adults. The 30 is a little bit lower SPF. That one lets you still get a little bit of sun, get a tan. We've got the 50 and 80 SPF too, but the sports formulated, especially if you're outside working or playing sports and you're sweating or getting wet, it won't wash off of you. It'll stay on and keep you protected.
People think about just wearing this when they go to the beach or whatever, but I guess you're outside mowing or weed eating or something out in the direct sun. You need to have something on, don't you?
You do, yeah, because that's my dad mows yards in the summer, and you know, he says nobody his age wore sunscreen, but getting to the point he's having little spots having to get cut off and stuff. And when you're outside, you know, I hate wearing a shirt outside. I want to get the sun and feel good, but I'm trying my hardest to wear sunscreen, and I always wear bug spray, but sunscreen and big hats to keep your ears covered is about the best thing you can do, because shoulders and ears is where spots are going to come up on you.
We're talking to Dr. Eric Carter. Coming up, Dr. Andrew Smith. Andrew Smith, sports writer, Johnson Prescott will join us. Also, Bill Robinson due to join us. He coached at Milligan University with his basketball camp, and also Jeff Birchfield will be along talking a little NASCAR. Coppertone, here's a little, like a chapstick. Sport 50 protects lips from sun and chapping. $5.79. Tell us about this one.
So that's something a lot of people don't think about, getting sunburnt on their lips. You know, they'll spray their face, but you know how you pucker your lips in to keep it out of your mouth? But I've had my lips burned once, and it is miserable because, you know, it dries them out, cracks, hurts real bad. And all that is just a tube of chapstick with that sunscreen in it. So you can put it on, it doesn't taste bad or it's not greasy. You just wear it like chapstick, and it keeps your lips protected if you're out in the sun all day.
SPF 50 for $5.79 over the counter. Can't beat it. This one is made in Johnson City. It goes all over the world. Blue Lizard, Australian sunscreen. This is a stick for kids, correct?
Yep, sure is. That's something, if your kids, you can't get them to let them spray or rub all that lotion in, that's just like a little deodorant stick. You can just swipe them real quick and be done with it. But that's one that's handy to have in your purse or in your glove box, something like that. They're easy to carry around.
Crown Laboratories, Johnson City, Tennessee is where this is. It goes all over the world. Blue Lizard. I guess you all knew that, but Blue Lizard is made down in South Ronan, the old Irwin Highways where the plant is, and they go all over the world. At one point, they had these little packets, almost like mayonnaise packets of Blue Lizard, and they had them in dispensers. Maybe they still do. They had them at Fenway Park in Boston, and Yankee Stadium in New York, and Wrigley Field in Chicago. Blue Lizard Australian sunscreen. So there it is. You get it over the counter right here at Lingerfield for $8.69. That's a good deal.
That
All right.
is.
3 more here. We got
Yeah.
the
Last
bugs.
but not least.
Last but not least, bugs, and they're out there too. I don't know whether it's because we had a mild winter, but for whatever reason, maybe I'm just dreaming. It looks like to me we got more and more bugs and pests out there this year than normal. Here it is, Off Deep Woods insect repellent. Tell us about this one.
Yes, so that's what Marcia and I were talking about before. The off deep woods, if you're out under trees and stuff, that's the highest strength you can get. But that's good. It keeps mosquitoes, bees off of you, stuff like that. But it's good for ticks too. So that's something, when I'm out working in the woods behind my house, you can spray your hair, your clothes, everything, and that'll keep it off of you.
You're getting all this good advice free. Not what other doctors will come on and give you free advice. It's things you can get. And all this is over the counter too. None of this is prescription. All right, Off Family Care Unscented. Tell us about this one.
Yeah, so this one is similar to the Copper Tone Babies. That one doesn't have some of the preservatives in it that would cause skin irritation. So if you got small kids, this would be a good bug spray for them, which it doesn't stop ticks or anything. You'd still need to watch for ticks, but they'd keep mosquitoes and sweat bees and stuff like that from getting you.
$7.43, folks, for that right there. So again, it's Uncle Buster Billfold. Here's the last one.
I should have done that with sunscreen. I forgot about that one.
That's all right. It goes right along with Banana Boat Deep Tanning Spray Oil with coconut oil. Tell us about this one.
So the tanning oil is kind of, I don't know if dermatologists too much would recommend it, you know, because that's, you get skin cancer risk and stuff like that. But buying it like this, you know, back in the day, Mom said they used to use vegetable oil and lay out in the sun.
They did?
But with this, at least you do have a little bit of SPF protection. So I'd say not recommend it, but it's better than not having it.
Nothing
you
at
know?
all.
Yeah.
Coconut oil for $9.99. There it is. Banana Boat Deep Tanning Spray Oil number 4 with coconut oil. Again, this is $9.99 right here again at Lingerfield Drug. That's a great segment. All kinds of goodies. Allergies, eye drops,
Sunscreen.
and get rid of the bugs and the critters. The bugs are out there. So ticks, mosquitoes, deer flies, horse flies. Ooh, man, they bite you. You know it. And then I remember when I was a kid, a guy had. You ever have anybody come in and talk about chiggers?
Oh yeah.
Yeah, I had a guy come in. I mean, we had people in our growing up. I always found people had chiggers. They get up right underneath your skin, they itch the fire out of you, don't they?
That's, and I've had them a few times. That's something, if you're out in grass that's not mowed regularly, they live in the top of that grass or in little weed flowers and stuff, and they'll get on you and wear you out.
Yeah.
Which, that's, again, you know, you could use the Off Deep Woods and get rid of them, or once you get them, the best way I've heard is just take a cotton ball with acetone and just soak it. That acetone, I guess, smothers them out.
Yeah.
But they'll drive you crazy.
Yeah, when I was a kid, I knew a lot of people got chiggers. So, but ticks are out there. All the critters are out there right now because we had a mild winter. And here it is: Off Deep Woods, Off Family Care Unscented. These are all less than $10. And then we talked earlier about the. We'll put that over with the suntan, the spray oil. So, there you go. Good segment. You'll come back in a little while and do another segment with about the food that's over here, and it's it's awesome. And we'll find out how many people. I'll ask you now. Since I was here last month, ballpark, how many people be switched over in prescriptions?
I'd say at least 2 or 3 a week.
Yeah.
So,
Oh yeah, it's awesome.
staying busy.
Staying busy with that. That is awesome. In fact, we go to the break. Andrew's coming up next, talk some sports. But when we go to the break, I want him to tell you, and I got it right down here. Let's find it. Where does it say linger? There it is. Prescriptions. You're about to hear the man tell you how you can switch over so easy. I'll see you in a few minutes.
Yeah, appreciate it.
Quick break. We'll be right back after this. We'll talk Andrew Smith Sports on the Tom Daly Sports Show. Very simple. It happens every day. Tell us how we can do it.
Yeah, all you got to do is give us a call. We brought 2 yesterday, actually, but You just give us your name and your birthday and tell us where your prescriptions are at right now, and we'll call that pharmacy, get everything brought over. A lot of times people are nervous about moving because they're afraid something doesn't have refills or something can't be transferred. And when that's the case, we'll call those doctors, get you new prescriptions, and take care of everything, really. It's like the people, one of them we had transferred yesterday, said they'd been trying for about 3 days to get medicine refilled and just wasn't happening, and was frustrated and asked if we could do better, and called, got everything transferred. Took maybe 15 or 20 minutes, and we had to call the doctor on one, which waiting on doctors can sometimes be a little time consuming, but they got that called in, and by the afternoon we had everything ready for her.
There you go, folks.
So,
It's just that easy. If you're not happy where you're getting your prescriptions filled, come to the Lingerfield Drug Center. The phone number to call and talk to you about it is?
it's 423-542-2138.
There you go. One of our great sponsors right here of Cyclone Sports and the Tom Dillon Sports Show. Get your prescription changed to a mom-and-pop pharmacy that still cares about their people and still wants to give you 100% customer satisfaction. It's right here at Lingerfield Drug Center beside Carter County Bank in downtown Elizabethton. Proud sponsor of Cyclone Sports and the Tom Taylor Sports Show.
Back on the Tom Taylor Sports Show, we're live at Lingerfield Drug Center. Just saw how easy it is for you to, again, switch your prescriptions from the XYZ pharmacy to here. And he does it every time, does it all the time, 2 or 3 times a week. They're switching, if not more. Hello, Whitney Blevins. Hello to Judy Townsend. We're joined by our buddy Andrew Smith, sports writer, Johnson City Press, Kingsport Times News. We were together last night. Churchill, beautiful night for softball. Heck of a game. Elizabeth wins 5-3. They eliminated a really good team. Volunteer could play. I was impressed with New, the catcher. I liked Walker, the pitcher. And I thought the leadoff girl Ford was scrappy too. So you win it. You go deep with 3 home runs for the Lady Cyclones. Sadie Williams, Lacey Gobble, and Adrian Heading. So good night in Churchill. And so we switch gears and head off to Jonesboro tonight for the regional championship. So what was your take of the game last night, sir?
Yeah, no, it was a very well-played softball game. Their first couple innings, I thought we'd end up with another 2-1, 1-0 kind of game. But, yeah, got some timely homers there. When we talked to Coach Kenny Harden after the game last night, I brought up, you know, I've talked to him before. He's always kind of said, we're never really a big power-hitting team. That's just not who we are, really. But, you know, it kind of worked out last night, and he even joked, you know, I came really close to bunting Lacey before she hit a homer. It just kind of worked out that way. So,
wow.
Yeah, obviously the show rolls on for Elizabethton tonight. Actually, also got a chance to talk to Crockett head coach Alex Lane. He joked with him for a second. He's like, "You tired of seeing Elizabethton games?" Like, yeah, it's always fun games, but there's a chance. I don't know this for certain. Things will have to get worked out after tonight, but whoever plays Gibbs may not be able to play them on Friday. They might have to play them either tomorrow or Saturday because Gibbs, from what I hear, is having their graduation on Friday. So it may not be a perfect week of scheduling, which we've already seen. It already hadn't been, considering the game last night was originally scheduled for Monday. But, yeah, should be another fun battle between Elizabethton and Crockett tonight.
So if I'm adding up right, they played them twice in the regular season. They played them twice in the district tournament. This will be the 5th time they played each other, and Crockett's won all 4 if I'm ciphering right. So, and can you beat a team 5? I don't know. Beat a team 5 times. You got Delaney on the mound. She's one of the best. I'm telling you, she can do it. Her and probably Leela Bird. But little Lacey Gobble's a tough little rascal too.
She is. I mean, the thing with Lacey is she lives off soft contact and letting her defense work. You know, she's never this year that I've seen really posted ginormous strikeout numbers. She's not out here striking out 12, 15, 17 in a game. I think last night she had all of 3. You know, just live on the corners, live in the river, and
live in the river.
You know, let your defense work off some soft contact, and you know, you can have a lot of success that way, and she has.
167 strikeouts for Lacey Gobble right now with the 10th graders. So having a good year, only a sophomore. So it's tonight. Airtime at 5:45. It'll be this right here. You'll see, again, audio only. And so we'll have that for you beginning at 5:45. 6 o'clock first pitch from Crockett. The winner will be at home Friday night, or whenever they play, whoever they play. As you heard him say, Gibbs may have a wrinkle in their schedule because of graduation, and it's that time of year. I certainly understand that. So, bottom line is you're playing Friday regardless of what happens tonight. You win Friday, you're going to the big show next week. So, it's still, you'd like to play at home on Friday, and so there's bragging rights to the regional championship at stake, of course, and home field advantage on Friday night in the sectional or the sub-state. So, it's big. Let's see. I'll get your take on these other games coming up today. Let's see, in single A, Cloudland at North Green. How do you like that one?
It's another matchup of two teams that have seen each other a heck of a lot this year, North Green and Cloudland. I believe that game is going to be in Belton in Greene County, and because of that, I think I'd probably lean with the Lady Huskies, although it's hard for me to count Cloudland softball out of anything.
It is the home game for North Green tonight. In Double A, Unicoi County, the Lady Blue Devils and Leela Bird are home against Eagleton. How do you like that one tonight?
I like Unicoi County tonight. Anytime you've got Leela on in the circle, you got a shot, and they've been one of the top teams in the entire area all year long. I think they've only made 2 or 3 losses on the entire season. So, and until proven otherwise, I'm a roll with Unicoi County.
Talked about our game tonight. Again, it's the Cyclones in Jonesboro about the Crockett Pioneers. In 4A, Science Hills, Lady Hilltoppers hosting Maryville. How do you like that one?
Yeah, that should be a fun one. Obviously, for Science Hill, you're throwing Isabel Meek. She's thrown most every inning this year, it's felt like, for the Lady Hilltoppers. And she's earned the right to be that level of pitcher for them. She's just been lights out time and time again, has been there, done that. This is a very good Maryville team coming up to Johnson City. So, you rarely get cupcakes at this point in the year, and that certainly should be a fun night of softball over in Johnson City as well.
Cream puffs out the window at this point, folks. It's serious baseball or softball. In this case, we're talking softball. We're going to switch to baseball. They play tonight. You've got your sectionals. You have Science Hill hosting Farragut and Dobbins Bennett traveling to Oak Ridge in 4A. How do you like those?
Yeah, Farragut, I'll start with Science Hill Farragut. Farragut has been the model of consistency in the Knoxville area in 4A baseball, just time after time, making it to sectionals, making it to state tournaments, being in, making deep runs in the state tournament. Science Hill will have their hands full, but I think that this is a team that has really grown a lot in the past, I don't know, maybe 3-4 weeks of action. So I think they'll be up for the task.
In 3A baseball tonight, Greenville at home hosting Anderson County, and Tennessee I will travel to Gibbs. How do you like those?
I tell you what, Greenville has been impressive. Last Friday was the first time I got to see them at all this year in the district tournament, or region tournament, pardon me. And they don't rebuild; they just reload over there. It's impressive what Andy Collins has been doing over there. And then on the other side of things, anytime you have to hit the road for sectional, it's not a great place to be. But this is a Tennessee guy team that's battled all year long, so they certainly still have a shot at this thing.
Then in the 2As are I'll read them for you, but they're all non-Tri-Cities teams. You've got Pigeon Forge hosting Kingston and Sweetwater home to Eagleton in 2A. Then in single A baseball tonight, you've got locals. University of Ohio will be at home, Johnson City hosting Greenback, and the Hampton Bulldogs travel to Coalfield. How do you like those in single A?
Yeah, we talked earlier about the model of consistency. If you look in single A the past 8-ish years or so, it's been University High. They're back at home again. Actually, they'll be playing those games at Milligan with ETSU at home this weekend. They'll play that one Thursday, Friday, UH and Greenback. But UH has pitching, and that's a tough thing to find at the single A level, especially. But they have an ace, and they've got plenty of good complementary arms as well. And Hampton, cool for them to make it this far. It's only the 4th time in program history the Bulldogs have made it to the sectional round. They've never made a state tournament. They've got their hands full. Coalfield has been really, really strong the past handful of years. The last time Hampton made a sectional was 22. They ran into Coalfield, and season ended down that way. But you play them for a reason, right? And Hampton's earned the right to make it this far and see what they can do.
You look at Coalfield; they're there in everything: football, basketball, baseball. They got an outstanding athletic program at Coalfield High School. It's single A school, of course, and so not that many kids, but they reload every year, and they're always in the thick of things. Just about every sport we talk about. football, basketball, and baseball. So, and sometimes softball as well. And so, it's pretty consistent sports program up and down the line for Coalfield. So, all right. So, a couple of college football notes since we visited last week. We're here live again. Coming up next, Coach Robinson's here from Milligan University basketball camp. So, you look at the NCAA has said, okay, we're going to dip down if we have to. We've always had 6 wins as a criteria for bowl games. Now they've said we may go to 5-7. We may have a team with a 5-7 record be in the bowl games. What do you think?
They've had to do that at times because either not enough 6-6 teams or 6-6 teams turning them down because hey, we got a coaching change, we got a million dudes in the portal, we don't have a team basically. But to make that the baseline criteria, I don't like it. You need to at least be able to win half your games to earn any kind of postseason bid. Obviously, dropouts, opt-outs, notwithstanding, of course. But yeah, I don't love that. Not a fan of that. But hey, they didn't come up here to Lingerfeld Drug Center and ask you to us, did
they didn't ask us. My phone's not ringing, so they've not asked a thing about what I think, nor does my thoughts or opinions have any decision or bearing on what they're going to do. Speaking of which, ACC yesterday they confirmed and ratified and said absolutely we're going to do a 2014 format. We're all for it. Big Ten wants it. Big 12 wants it. The only one that doesn't want it right now is the SEC. Sankey, the commissioner, is adamant. We're going to stick with the 16-team format. So they're going to try and, I think, block power voting because everybody's in behind the Big Ten now. And the two power brokers in college football, everybody knows, are the Big Ten and the SEC. Everybody wants 24 except the SEC. Who wins?
Welcome to the Cold War College Football Edition.
Mm-hmm.
Yet another installment of a proxy war. Yeah, I agree with the SEC and Greg Sankey of not wanting it to go to 24. 24, I don't want to see a rivalry week game between 8-3 Iowa and 8-3 Nebraska get the 23 seed. No. To me,
that's a good point.
The thing is too, as I was looking a little bit about this earlier, what could come into play as well, the television rights, ESPN, they have exclusive rights up to I believe a 14-team model. It might be 16, but I know for sure it's up to a 14-team model, currently at 12. If it goes past that, if it goes to 24, like how the coaching association, like the Big Ten and others have asked for, the bidding opens, and you presumably would see Fox in the fold, and you would see others. So, ESPN is, and unsurprisingly, the television deal that SEC has gotten from ESPN. That certainly, I think, could play a factor in these negotiations and the potential expansion of the playoff as well. Where that'll lead, I don't know, but that also, to me, is something worth keeping an eye on in this whole expansion fiasco. If you ask me, I thought the BCS model was perfectly fine. I didn't think we needed a full-blown playoff, but once again, they never asked me.
No,
so
your phone didn't ring.
Phone never rang on that one.
So under that 2014 format, now they're also saying we're going to do away with the championship games in the conference. We're going to do away with those. But then they said, okay, we do away with them. How are we going to replace that revenue? So now they're talking about they're going to call in on the beer beer sponsors and gambling sponsors to underwrite and give them more money. They've already talked about that in basketball too with the expansion of March Madness. So they're going to bring in more sponsors, alcohol and gambling, to help underwrite and replace, as we said, the money they would lose if they do away with conference championship games. Nobody wants them now except the SEC. Sankey wants 16 teams and the conference championship stay put. The other coaches have said the downtime between some of the playoff games too long. I think I said yesterday, or maybe it was Monday, Indiana waited 3 weeks to play. I think that was a team. They waited 3 weeks to play. And so too long, out of rhythm. You get into a rhythm, practice, play. So they want to shorten the gap between the games. In fact, they're proposing expanding the playoffs, starting the postseason the week after the regular season. the weekend currently reserved for conference championship games. They want those to go away. Do you think they'll go away?
I think they can. I think there's enough momentum to where we might see the conference championship go away.
Yeah. We'll see. I mean, it's going back and forth, and it's like a piece of taffy. It's a pull and push, pull and push. We'll see how it goes. All right, let's get it out of the way. Your beloved Braves doing well, and so go ahead and crow and gloat a little bit. The best team in baseball right now. So get that out of your system. Go ahead.
Things are going well. As you said, big win against the Cubs last night. Cubs' second best record in baseball. Braves have been challenged this series and then their last series was out in LA against the Dodgers. But it's been good. Mike Yastrzemski finally hit a homer. It was his first of the season. Had kind of been maligned in parts of the fan base. Had struggled to start the year, but good for him to get one. Signs of life from Austin Riley is good. Not all is good. Sean Murphy is going to miss probably about 2 months with a fracture in his finger. So that's not ideal. He missed a good chunk of the first 6 weeks, and now he's out again. But overall things are still very much on the up and up in Braves country.
Oh, he's so coy when he says that. This time last year he was on suicide watch because they were struggling, but this year everything's good in Braves country. Richie pitches today. You like Richie?
I've liked what I've seen from him so far. He
Yeah.
he threw it well there in Seattle his last start. It has looked very poised for a rookie, making his first handful of starts. I expect him to be a big piece throughout this season for Atlanta. Him and Dier Fuentes, who threw out of the bullpen last night, threw well out of the bullpen. Those two young guys, I think, will be key pieces throughout the course of this season for this pitching staff.
Iglesias, he's not with him anymore, is he?
No, he is. He
is?
came back from the IL a few days ago.
Okay.
He actually got the save last night.
Last night?
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah.
So he is back.
He is back. He's been back for a few days, and he looks like he hasn't really missed much of a beat, which is obviously a very positive sign for Atlanta.
Okay. It's getting thick. It's getting deep. He hasn't missed a beat, so he is gloating. I love it. I'm glad he does. He's his team, so it's good now.
I don't get fun in the fall the past few years because of the Tennessee Titans. So
Yeah.
I'm trying to enjoy my spring and summer
I think
now that the Braves are good again.
I think it'd be a good way to look at it. I was getting ready to mention something about the hat he's wearing, but we'll save that for the next time, the Titans. And so, but my boys are, I'm cautiously optimistic about the Raiders, not just because of Mendoza, just because of the leadership, and I think they're heading in the right direction. Could be much worse than they've been. So
I thought the same thing about this time a year ago, and it got worse.
Yeah.
So yeah, be wary, be cautious.
that's it. And enjoy what you got while you got it. That's in this case, he's a Titans fan, and I'm a Raiders fan. We'll take a break. Thanks for coming, sir.
Yes,
Good job.
sir.
We'll take a break. Coach Bill Robinson's with us next. We're here at Lingerfield Drug Center. Cyclone Softball Regional Championship, audio only tonight. Airtime 5:45 from Crockett High School in Jonesboro. Why shop at the Jewelers Bench?
Because we're a hometown store with full service, expertise. We offer everything from custom design to watch batteries to ring sizing to jewelry repair. Everything's done under one roof.
One stop. You have watches, you have pearls, you have E. Newtons, you have Pandora, you have the Naked Bee lotion line, if you will. You have something truly for everybody, correct?
We do,
Yep.
yes.
Talk about kids' jewelry.
mean-
Talk about it real quick.
Yeah, we have earrings, bracelets, a few rings, and the kids' stuff.
Yep.
So, you can spend anywhere from $5 up to however much you want to spend.
Yep.
We've got a good range.
How do we find you on social media?
Facebook and Instagram
How do we find you on the telephone? The number is,
is 423-542-5600.
and the hours you are open.
Is Monday through Friday, 9:30 to 6, and on Saturdays, 9:30 to 4.
Springtime, summertime, anytime's a good time to shop at the Jewelers Bench. And Elizabethton, proud sponsor of the Tom Taylor Sports Show, and Elizabethton Cyclone Sports at the Jewelers Bench. Back on the Top Builder Sports Show, we were talking about, and if you are a praying sort, won't get into a lot of details, but a guy that I worked with, and he worked with, and was and is the bench coach with Kylie Greer at Milligan on the women's team. Jeff Bourne, the interim athletic director, and going through a tough patch right now, and it really puts things into perspective. We were talking off air that, I'm not even sure what to say except to say, cherish every day you got. And so anyway, he's got a serious situation going on. So if you're the praying sort, please fire one up for Jeff Bourne, Bourne. I don't think his family would care that we would ask you to pray for him. So he needs our prayers, and a great guy. I mean, I got a chance to work with him when he was the interim AD at Milligan for a little while. Now they've got the new man, David Blackburn, who I've not met yet. But anyway, Jeff Bourne, if you would please say a prayer for Jeff Bourne, and I'm sure his family would appreciate that. So we'll get into your basketball camp in a moment. NCAA is expanding March Madness. Now I've looked, and all the big boys, Calipari, Izzo, Few, Hurley, Crazy Dan Hurley, all these guys have said no to the expansion. They're not for it, and so they're going to 76. It's already been decided. Apparently not a lot of input from a lot of the coaches. They're just going to do it. What's your take on it, Coach Robinson?
I'm an old school, just leave it alone.
Yeah.
Everybody loves it the way it is. Why
Yeah.
are we adding more? And I guess it's all about money. But it's just great the way it is, and I'm still going to watch it regardless. I mean, it's the tournament. I'll watch the games, but I wish they would just leave it alone.
They have said they have to expand the sites, and they're going to kick it up to 76 teams. And they said, well, how are you going to offset the cost from the NCAA's perspective for the sites and the administration, the officials, and all that? Well, they're going to go they've come right out and said we're going to go to the gambling sponsors and the alcohol sponsors and say, can we get some more money out of you to bump it up? And then it was interesting, NCAA conceded that the women's, they're expanding it to 76-2, lose millions by their own admission, millions of dollars every year, because the tournament's just not what they want it to be as far as, I guess, popularity and fan attendance. So I know they got to do it for Title IX, but it boggles my mind that they would go ahead and expand something they know it's not going to be profitable.
I guess they figure they can make enough on the men's side to make it worthwhile.
Offset it.
But I guess, I don't know.
Yep.
The only thing I like about it is if you do have a coach, I have a friend who got fired because he didn't make the tournament. If this allows coaches to keep their job a little bit longer because they're able to make the tournament because it's been expanded, and maybe I'm a little bit in favor for that. ADs are still going to say, well, you're not one of the top 64 teams, so it doesn't really matter. So I don't see it being a positive.
So the mid-majors, I've read where some said the new format will benefit the mid-majors, quote, the little guys, and I've read where the new format that they're getting ready to draw up will not help them. What have you heard?
I haven't heard one way or the other. It seems my personal take is if you have you're a ETSU and you win your conference tournament and you go to the national tournament, you shouldn't play in a play-in game. You should play in and maybe
point.
we get away from being called for a play-in game, but I think it's created for the teams like Auburn who didn't get in this year. Well, make them play in that initial play-in game weekend or whatever it is to get to the actual tournament. But don't make the little guys have to play in that. And then I hate to say it, little guys, because to us they're the big guys. But it just seems to me that if you win your conference tournament, you should be part of the field of 64 regardless.
I think you're right. I'm right there with you on that one. So do you see, as a result of going to 76, NIT is going to go away?
I hope it doesn't, because I think it's really cool. I've always said when basketball in Madison Square Garden is good, whether it's NBA or college, it's good for the sport. So
yeah.
with the NIT finishing in Madison Square Garden, I think is always a really a good thing, a really special thing for those kids who get a chance to play there.
On a recruiting side of things for Milligan University, we'll get into his camp here in a second, which is why I say you got to strongly consider the Milligan basketball camp. I can tell you firsthand. In fact, I was driving over today trying to think how many years that I have somebody, either a daughter or granddaughter, in Bill Robinson's basketball camp. So I had Cass there for 3 years, I think 3 years, daughter, then granddaughter. I had Sam there maybe 1 year. She didn't really go the basketball route. But London was there
A bunch.
4 or 5 years ago. Yeah. So
Fun.
again, testimonial. you want to go to this man's camp. We'll get to that in a second. Recruiting, how are we doing recruiting right now?
Yeah, we've signed 13 kids already, 9 for varsity and 4 for JV. Still got a couple JV spots to fill, but the 9 guys, we're done with varsity. I really like this class a lot. Signed a couple more international kids, which is fun, but I really like this class. It's going to be a really fun team to work with. It's going to be very competitive. Practice every day is going to be a war. So that's what you want to be. You want to be competitive among yourself so you can be competitive against them.
Your reputation as a coach in the program is out there nationwide. And then I looked, you got baseball playing in the NAI tournament, swimming won, cross country won, track and field won. I'm talking about either their conference or they won something this year. Cycling has won several things this year. I'm going to leave somebody out, I'm sure. Bowling had a great year. So you take all the sports at Milligan for a school of 1,200. Does that help? It has to help recruiting. You go out and go, okay, oh, yeah, you guys are the track guys or the basketball guys. Or, of course, the ladies basketball had another good year, too. So, I mean, does that not help everybody?
It helps everybody. That's why we root for everybody. We want everybody to be good, and it helps all of us. There's no reason for us not to root for each other. So baseball plays today, I think, at 2:30. So we'll be online watching them and rooting for Skylar's done an amazing job, done a wonderful job with that whole program, not just on the court or on the field. They've done a great job off the field as well. Academically, they're just a bunch of really good guys, and it's a great staff, and we constantly root for them.
So all the success I talked about, hang on. Excuse me, a lot of talking this time of year. All the success that they've had, I mean, it's from a school of, 1,200 kids thereabouts, give or take?
Something, yeah, I think 1,300, including the seminary.
So when people hear us talking about Milligan, and particularly I got friends back home in West Virginia going, gosh, they can't believe that it's so successful, a little school, and it is little in terms of enrollment, 12, almost 1,300 kids, everything they're getting done, or a school that size versus the big boy schools and bigger schools that don't have the success. They said, man, that's really impressive, and it is. So we want it to continue because a lot of folks, Milligan's known academically, but they're also known very much, obviously, for athletics too. There is room for both to go hand in hand.
Absolutely.
And so it's good stuff. And I know Dr. Wares was telling me that there's a new dorm going. They're getting ready to redo.
Renovating dorm,
yeah.
So we'll be without the men's dorm for a year. So it's going to be interesting to see how that all works and having guys kind of shift all over the place. But it's going to be worth it in the end to be complete renovation of that dorm.
Which I don't think it's ever been done since they built it. So it will be a showplace for the men on the men's dormitory when it's done. I think he said it's going to be 8 to 9 months to get it done. I mean, as Coach said, they're going to gut it and start over, and it's going to be really posh, if you will, and spiffy when they get it done. And it's Webb Hall, right?
Webb Hall,
yep. All right, so basketball camp's coming. He's got several weeks for you to choose from. Let's talk about your camp, talk about who can come. Just kind of, we get new people watching all the time, making the assumption you've never heard of Milligan's basketball camp. Tell them about it.
Yeah, it's a great opportunity for kids of all ages and of all abilities, 7 to 17 ages. We have a couple 6-year-olds have already signed up. If parents feel like their kids are ready for it, but it's a full day. We go Monday through Thursday from 8 to 4, and Friday's a half a day. We go 8 to noon, but we feed them in the cafeteria. Friday's actually a pizza party that we finished the camp with, but we split them up into 3 groups, so they play in competition against kids that are at their own level.
Sure.
We have some kids that are in camp that want to play college ball. We have some kids that have never played before, so we find out where they are and meet them where their needs are. Warm-up, competitions, drills, stations, games. Some individual teaching, but then we have some group teaching as well. And then at the end of the day, they have an option to either shoot in the gym from 3 to 4 or go jump in the pool from 3 to 4. And by the end of that day, kids are mostly they're pretty exhausted and ready to go to sleep. So parents appreciate that as well.
Absolutely. So
each kid gets a ball and a T-shirt. I forgot to tell you that. And we get an evaluation from their individual counselor. And we have lifeguards that come in and cover the pool at the end of the day. It's not my staff, but we have our staff there to make sure the kids have all their needs met.
Yep. It's a good place to go, folks. Again, it's awesome. And again, what I like about it is because when London first started playing, she didn't know really what was going on. She just went out there to play. And so she was over here, or here at this point, skill level. And there's other kids her age or farther up the line. So they put her in there appropriately so she would not get embarrassed and humiliated. I mean, you got to get better at some point, but you don't throw somebody, and they don't put the kid out there. It's up against a kid that's been playing 8 or 9 years. That's totally unfair, and that's not what they do, right?
I do want to add too. We are a Christian college, and it's a Christian camp. So we will start and end the day with prayer. We have a short devotion, and it's 5 or 10 minutes. We're not preaching at them all day, but we do want them to understand that I am a Christian college coach. A believer and a follower of Jesus Christ, and I also coach at the college level, and we try to bring the knowledge of basketball to these kids, but we also want them to know what really is the most important thing in our lives.
Amen. Preach it. So where do we get signed up? Where do you go to do this at?
It's milliganbuffs.com, www.milliganbuffs.com. Click down onto the camps, and there's multiple camps. It's not just basketball. I know there's going to be a softball clinic. They have baseball camp. I think they have some swim clinics as well. So you can sign up there, and it costs us $220, but it covers it covers everything. Also, alums get a break, and faculty staff get a break too. So we again, we're not trying to become rich. We have some scholarshiping available as well. So if you just have a kid who might not have the resources, we just want kids to be in camp. We want them to learn and get excited about basketball.
So the dates are what? What's your day camp?
First camp is June 8th through the 12th. So it's the second week of June. And then I'll be going to Carolina camp at the end of June, so we'll be gone. And then it's July, let me get this right, 6 through 10, and July 20 through 24. So the second week of July and the fourth week of July.
All that's out there somewhere for you to see to go on the website,
Yep,
right?
It's all right there on the website. It has everything, all the description there. And my email's on there. It's wdrobinson@milligan.com. If you want a full description of what the day is, we can give you kind of an itinerary. It's a basic shell that we use for our staff, and then they get to, kind of work, and it gives them flexibility what they can do, but it'll give you exactly what the day looks like. And if anybody needs more information, just feel free to email me or call me.
The kids get T-shirts and they get a basketball.
T-shirt, ball,
Yeah, it's
lunch
cool.
every day in the cafeteria. Kids love the cafeteria because
They do.
they have the freedom to get whatever they want to, and we do limit it a little bit, but
Yeah, it's
we just tell them they can take whatever they want, but they have to eat what they take. So
that's
it's that simple.
fair enough.
Yeah.
Just whatever you put on your plate, enjoy it, but eat what you put on your plate.
Yep.
There you go. Man, thanks for stopping by.
Thank you. Appreciate you very much.
Yep. And again, if you're the praying sort, please fire one up for Jeff Bourne this morning,
Yep.
staff member from Milligan University. All right, quick break. We'll be right back after this. We're live here at Lincolnville Drug Center on the Tom Taylor Sports Show. Graduation, Mother's Day. What do you got for us here from the Jeweler's Bench?
We have lots of stuff, Tom. We've got Pandora, we have watches, we have a Newton, pearls, diamonds, diamond earrings, you name it. We got it.
Yep. Birthstones.
Birthstones.
Year-round birthstones, of course. Pearls, you mentioned watches. So they run the gamut, graduation, guys and girls, and certainly for Mother's Day. Liberal layaway policy. Tell us about your layaway policy.
So put it in layaway, make a down payment, and then as long as you're making a monthly payment, we give you typically as long as you need.
So graduations, Mother's Day, right around the corner. Stop by here. Hours are open.
We're open Monday through Friday, 9:30 to 6, and on Saturday, 9:30 to 4.
And how do we find you on social media?
Facebook and Instagram, and then website is jewelersbench10.com.
And the phone number is 423.
542-5600.
There you go. Proud sponsor of Cyclone Sports. Tom Taylor Sports Show, your jewelry needs for Mother's Day and graduation right here at the Jeweler's Bench in Elizabethton. We're talking to our buddy Dr. Eric Carter from Lingerfeld Drug Center, one of our proud sponsors of the show, and Cyclone Sports. A lot of pharmacies out there, a lot of drugstores out there. Why, in your humble opinion, should we come and trade at Lingerfeld Drug Center?
Yes, I think our customers are our family. We treat people how I'd want my family to be treated. And that's, we can come in after hours for you if you need, or deliver to you. I think we just go the extra mile. A lot of times at a big chain or something, if you need a refill and it's out of refills, it's too bad. But we'll call the doctor, send them messages, and keep bothering them until they get them sent in to us. So we want to do everything we can to make sure our customers have their medicine and are happy.
Customer service, folks. Again, Lingerfeld Drug Center down here beside Carter County Bank in downtown Elizabethton. Proud sponsor of Cyclone Sports and the Tom Taylor Sports Show. And back on the Tom Taylor Sports Show, we are live here again on Facebook and YouTube. Thanks for being with us again on this gorgeous, gorgeous Wednesday. Very, very nice outside. Let's take a look at Major League Baseball, see how things went last night. We'll start in Atlanta. The Braves, again, placing Sean Murphy on the injured list with a fractured left middle finger. Manager Walt Weiss said could be out up to 8 weeks. So that's a long time for Murphy. And so they went out and signed Jose Leon. Is that right? Let's see. Yep, Sandy Leon to replace Murphy. Been catching in independent Mexican League, and so he played 5 games in the Braves last season. Sandy Leon will be now the replacement for Sean Murphy behind the plate, along with Drake Baldwin for the Atlanta Braves. Grant Holmes combined with 3 relievers on a one-hitter. Austin Riley, Mike Yastrzemski both homered. The Braves beat the Cubs 5-2 on Tuesday last night in the opener of a 3-game set between the two top teams in the National League. J.R. Ritchie will be on the mound tonight against, Cubs to be determined. The Braves honored Hall of Fame manager Bobby Cox and former owner Ted Turner in the first home game since both those men passed away. So, club at a moment of silence following a video tribute to both men, had a display set up with jerseys and photos in the plaza outside the park. So, the Braves will wear a number 6 on the back of their caps the rest of the season, honor Cox, who died at the age of 84. Turner died last Wednesday at the age of 87. So both of those guys, cornerstones to Atlanta Braves baseball, Bobby Cox and Ted Turner, both gone and were honored last night at the ballpark. Mackenzie Gore allowing 3 hits in a career-high 8 innings. Jock Peterson homered, and the Texas Rangers beat Arizona 7-4 last night. Tonight it's Ryan Nelson for the Diamondbacks, and Kumar Rocker will go for the Rangers. Evan Carter last night 0 for 4 for the Rangers in that game last night. All right, so you have Paul Skeens allowing 2 hits over 8 innings, struck out 10. He had a no-hitter. Let's see, he carried a no-hitter into the 7th inning while retiring 18 of the first 19 batters he faced. And so Paul Skeens and the Pirates going to beat the Rockies last night in Pittsburgh 3-1. So Skeens just continued to do what he does best, just throw the baseball. He throws it very well. James Wood, his 12th home run of the season. Luis Garcia and Dalen Lyle each went deep twice. A 6-home run night by the Washington Nationals, a 10-4 win over the Reds last night in Cincinnati. So today it's Jake Irvin for the Nationals, and Nick Lodolo will go for the Reds tonight, for the next game for the slumping Cincinnati Reds. A couple of day games, Yankees at Baltimore, and the Angels at Cleveland today. Under the lights tonight, Washington, as we said, and Cincinnati. Pirates hosting Colorado. Philadelphia and Boston. Toronto hosting Tampa Bay. The Mets home to Detroit. Cubs, again, as we told you, in Atlanta tonight. 7:15 start time. Kansas City, Chicago, Milwaukee hosting San Diego. Mizorowski on the mound, the young man who's thrown the hardest ball ever in the history of baseball for a starter in Major League at 104 miles an hour. He'll be on the mound tonight for Milwaukee. You have Miami and Minnesota, Arizona again, as we told you, Texas, Seattle and Houston, Cardinals against the Athletics in California, and the Dodgers in San Francisco at Dodger Stadium. Ohtani will be on the mound tonight for the Los Angeles Dodgers. The standings in the American League East, Tampa Bay 2 better than the Yankees. In the Central, Cleveland a game and a half better than the White Sox. In the West, you have the Athletics 1 game better than Seattle. The Rangers are a game and a half out. In the National League, the Braves lead it by 9 in the East. In the Central, the Cubs have a 2.5 game lead over Milwaukee and the Cardinals. And in the West, San Diego with a very very precarious half-game lead over the two-time defending world champion Los Angeles Dodgers. In the NBA last night, it was San Antonio going 3-2 over Minnesota, and then Cleveland at Detroit tonight in the NBA. And then tomorrow, the National Hockey League, you have one to skate Minnesota on the ice in Colorado against the Avalanche. And that's a look again at what's happening in the National Hockey League and the NBA. Jeff Birchfield joins us coming up next. We'll be right after this. We'll take a break. We'll get him settled in. He's here. Talk a little NASCAR. We'll do that right after this from one of our great sponsors, Making a Go, the good folks from, Weight Loss Success in Johnson City on the Tom Taylor Sports Show.
Our success is your success.
Really easy way to feed a family or a bunch of people. We start them off at 4. Dream Pack for 4 runs $32.99, gives you a pound of meat. You can do pulled pork or pulled chicken, either one at that price. 3 sides, it's a pint each, so it's a 4-ounce serving of meat, 4-ounce serving of 3 different sides, gives you a really good meal that'll fill you up. It's not something that you eat and you're hungry later, an hour later. I'm going to include your buns, your barbecue sauce. Instead of picking up a pizza, come by here, pick up a Dream Pack. Your family will thank you. And if you need it for more people, the breakdown on it's $8.25 a person. 12 people, for instance, is $99. You'll see that advertised now from us in a lot of different places. Feed 12 people for $99. That gives you 2 pounds of meat, a quart and a half of each side. Still gives you the bun, still the barbecue sauce. Really, really popular. I had a group at Eastman just order a 16 for Wednesday. So you call us ahead. We can do as many people as you want. We do 100 people, 200 people. We'll put those in pans for you, or as few as 4. So in even numbers, however many you want, $8.25 a person. You can't beat it.
Cannot beat it, folks. Again, here at Phil's Dream Pit, the quest for perfect barbecue. The phone number is 349-6437. Hours are open
11 to 7, Tuesday through Saturday. We take Sunday and Monday off, but we're here the rest of the week.
Social media
on Facebook, maybe Instagram later if one of my kids shows me how to use it, but right now it's on Facebook. That's where people watch you, so we'll figure they've got it here.
And the website is?
Website is philsdreampit.com.
You got it.
I see a familiar face here. Looks like he's ready to talk to you.
He is. That's our buddy Jeff.
Going to talk some NASCAR, I'm betting.
That's our buddy Brian Pipkin, the owner of Phil's Dream Pit, one of our great sponsors here on the Tom Taylor Sports Show. Shop here at the Eagle Center for the spring and summer.
Hallelujah for spring and summer, right?
Right.
So we have a lot of things for your home to add to your decor, both indoor and outdoor. Pictures, pillows, mirrors. We have furniture. We have all kinds of Easter decor, all kinds of gifts for Mother's Day coming up after that. So it's a wonderful place to shop. I have 48 vendors, and they keep things moving, keep things fresh, bring things in all the time. We have old things, new things, all things in between.
Where do we find you on social media?
We're on Facebook under Eagle Center Co-op, and on Instagram, Eagle Center Antiques.
Hours are open?
We're open 10 to 5, Monday through Saturday.
Things tell a story.
When people no longer can.
Our great sponsor, come downtown in Elizabethton and shop. Think spring and summer at the Eagle Center. Be loyal, buy local, and buy at the Eagle Center in downtown Elizabethton. Proud sponsor of the Tom Taylor Sports Show and Elizabethton Cyclone Sports. That's what you'll see tonight. Again, it's live. We will be live again at Crockett, audio only, for the Regional Softball Championship. Joined by our buddy Jeff Birchfield, sports writer, Johnson City Press King, Sport Times News. Good morning, sir. How are you? Good afternoon. How you doing?
Good morning. Been at Crockett this morning for Autumn Wind signing with ETSU.
That's awesome. Autumn Wind in what sport?
In track and field.
Track and field?
Yeah, she's be competing in the state meet next week.
That's awesome. We got a lot of kids going down the state.
Yeah, a couple of your Cyclone girls ended up winning championships. I know Leona Nave won like a couple of throws, and then
Cam Garland.
Cameron Garland won, the jump there, and also, of course, she's the great-granddaughter of the legendary Charlie Bayless.
She is. Comes from pretty good pedigree. Her mama was a good track star, too.
Yeah,
Her
sure
daddy was a good basketball player.
Her dad was a great athlete, and a good quarterback back in the day for Happy Valley as well.
Yep, so there you go. Good stock. Cam Garland. She can do it in track and field. So, and Rylan, her little brother's pretty good, too.
Yeah, pretty good. And then I was talking to Happy Valley. I know Tyler Bailey, he's going for like a third straight state championship in the pole vault.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
It really is good. All right, so let's take a look at NASCAR. Road course, Watkins Glen. Van Gisbergen did it again. So I read and I watched last night, Kyle Petty got really put out because some people were saying he's the greatest road course driver of all time. And he said, he got really adamant. He's not the greatest road course driver of all time. Would you agree or disagree?
Hard to argue against him right now. Who was Kyle arguing for?
He gave the name of the guy.
Did he say Dan Gurney?
Gurney. It was Gurney, yeah.
Dan Gurney was, awesome back in the day, but then, of course, different eras had some guys really good at it. Of course, Jeff Gordon still got, I guess, the lead at this point with 9 career road course victories. Tony Stewart won 8. They were both exceptional on the road courses. And, you wonder how some of those other guys from the previous era, like a Ricky Rudd or a Rusty Wallace, might have matched up with Van Gisbergen as well.
So is it justified to say he's the greatest of all time or one of them?
I think definitely one of them and possibly the greatest of all time. I mean, his track record, what he's doing is pretty amazing, which I admit I just watched the highlights. I actually didn't watch the race. Those road course races can be good, and then sometimes they can flat out bore me, to be honest with you.
But little yawners. Yeah, I didn't watch it. So, but again, it was one, and so now it's the All-Star race this weekend. Before we get into that, I want to get into the standings. So this will not be a points race this weekend. It'll be a good race financially for the winners or winner. But here's your 16 right now. Van Gisbergen at number 16. 15 is Austin Cindric. 14 is Daniel Suarez. 13 Ryan Priest. 12th right now is William Byron. Bubba Wallace in 11th. Christopher Bell in 10th. Brad Keselowski in 9th. In 8th is Kyle Larson. Carson Hocevar in 7th. 6th right now in points is Ty Gibbs. Chris Buescher is 5th. I've never done this before. I don't know why I went backwards. Buescher is 5th. 4th is Ryan Blaney. 3rd is Chase Elliott. 2nd is Denny Hamlin. Right now, your points leader is Tyler Reddick. On the outside looking in, Chase Briscoe, Joey Logano, Ross Chastain, and A.J. Allmendinger. So that's your points. This week doesn't count. It's the All-Star race with yet another new format. So it's going to be in Dover. And what's your take on the format and what all this is going to be this weekend?
Well, Dover, I hate in a way that the All-Star race is going to be there. I'm glad that they're going to have an actual points-paying race at North Wilkesboro, but it comes at the expense of Dover, which has always been one of the better tracks on the circuit as well. So, I'm not a huge fan of that, but, hopefully it'll be a good show, this weekend.
Here is the all-time All-Star active winners. Kyle Larson's won the All-Star race 3 times, Joey Logano twice, Christopher Bell, Ryan Blaney, Chase Elliott, Kyle Busch, and Denny Hamlin all get one win under the belt. Pole winners pole's a big deal.
Yeah, because usually with the All-Star race, they have the format where the pit crews are involved also, with them winning the pole.
So your active pole winners, Kyle Busch has won it 4 times, and then once for Brad Keselowski, Joey Logano, Daniel Suarez, Kyle Larson, and Denny Hamlin. So the format, what is the format this year? Have you seen it?
I have to read it here.
There you go.
Because, let's see, so segment 1 and 2, 75 laps each, and then the final 200 lap segment. So, in a way, it's not a whole lot different than what, the normal races are nowadays.
So, qualifying us on Saturday sets the lineup for segment 1. Segment 2 will feature the top 26 finishers inverted to start, while the remainder of the field will line up based on their segment 1 finishing positions. Why do they make this complicated? I mean, I try to read this.
Well, I think they try to put, some of the fast cars in the back to make it more exciting and all. But, yeah, it can get a little complicated and confusing
Well,
for fans.
I'm a dumb old country boy from West Virginia. I read this and I go, qualifying on Saturday will be the segment 1. Segment 2 will feature the top 26 finishers inverted at the start, while the remainder of the field will line up based on their segment 1 finishing positions. Is that confusing you? Of course, you're a NASCAR guy.
It does seem a little confusing.
Yeah, so all laps will count on all 3 segments with standard NASCAR race procedures in effect. During the final segment, a competition break will take place around lap 225. So there you go. Clear as mud for me. So
It's a lot of rules.
a lot of rules. So hello, Jeremy Marler. Hello, JoJo. How you doing? Here's the drivers in already, locked in. William Byron, Kyle Larson, Christopher Bell, all the regulars. Denny Hamlin, Chase Elliott, Tyler Reddick, Brad Keselowski, Joey Logano, Austin Cindric, Ryan Blaney, Josh Berry, Austin Dillon, Chase Briscoe, Ross Chastain, Shane Van Gisbergen, Bubba Wallace, and Kyle Busch. The NASCAR All-Star Race will air live on Sunday at 1 o'clock is when it's going to be. So, all right, can somebody, could the 26th and final position be awarded for the All-Star Fan Vote winner? Who do you think that would be? You think they'll vote in?
Let's see. I was trying to look at that list. Possibly Chris Buescher, although, well, that's interesting who that would be.
See?
I was trying to see who all's left out. That might be maybe Alex Bowman. He might be a guy that would get voted in there. I would think possibly as well.
Stenhouse, maybe? Michael
Yeah,
McDowell,
possibly.
maybe?
Yeah, possibly one of those two guys as well.
So I'm grasping at straws. So Catherine, how you pronounce her name? Legge?
Catherine Legge, yeah.
Legge? It's Legge, E silent?
Yeah.
Catherine Legge is going to try and pull off what's no lady's ever done, is run the Indy 500 and the Charlotte race in the same year. Going to try and do it this year. You good? You all right with that?
Yeah, I mean, I'm fine with her trying. I mean, she's never really been that competitive in either series, though. So, I don't know to really expect, she's going to be a contender or anything like that.
What he's saying, I've been around this guy 10 years. What he's saying is, I expect a whole lot out of her. Is that good?
That's a good way of putting it, bud.
That's like, well, just cut to the chase. Let's don't sugarcoat it. Tom, I don't think she's going to do too good because she's not done much so far.
I will say that's one thing. I know Danica took a lot of flack, but Danica's pretty good in an IndyCar. Actually won a race in Japan, and, she had a great finish at Indianapolis, one year.
Trying to find the story because I wanted to. Yeah, here it is. Catherine Legge says she will become the first woman, or attempt to become the first woman to complete the double by racing in the Indy 500 and the Coca-Cola 600 on the same day. So there you go. So others have tried it. I thought it was interesting. The only one's really been successful, Tony Stewart, only one to complete all 1,100 miles while finishing in the top 6 in both races back in 2001.
Yeah, and back in the old days, Donnie Allison did very well. He's, I think, still the highest finishing NASCAR driver. He was 4th, I think, in the Indy 500 that year, and then maybe around 9th. And back then was called the World 600 before Coca-Cola started sponsoring.
So back to the All-Star race. Do you even like him having it? Is it good? I watched the NBA All-Star game for about 2 minutes. I'm thinking, I ain't watching this. So is there a need for NASCAR All-Star race? And does this format and rotating the cities that good?
I guess. I mean, the thing is, I loved it when it was in Charlotte. I used to go to the All-Star race, and, it gave Charlotte sort of a similar build-up. You had it the first of the year back then. Daytona, they would run the Busch Clash at that time, and then the Daytona 500. And, of course, they've moved it around, too. And then Charlotte, you had the big build-up for 2 weeks leading into the Coca-Cola 600. So I preferred it better then, but, I'm glad – I was glad to see them go to North Wilkesboro, so that was exciting. I was at the first All-Star race there, and they did it the 1 year of COVID at Bristol, and I think if they'd left it at Bristol for about 3 years, you'd had a spectacular finish. But they, NASCAR, everybody complained because it wasn't, that last lap battle at Bristol like a lot of people were expecting. But I think if you, left it there a little longer, the odds are, it worked out.
I'm with you. It's the best track in NASCAR, so I think they should have. So I think you should have left it there. So are they rotating everywhere, or are they just picking out certain tracks to Because this year it's at Dover. Have they decided yet where it's going to be next year? Have they announced that yet?
I haven't heard the announcement on next year. I know in the past they've done Texas. Of course, early on with it, they did Atlanta, and it was a flop, the second year of the All-Star race back in 1986. So that's why that moved to Charlotte sort of as a permanent home. And then over the years at Charlotte, you had some fantastic All-Star races. Probably the greatest one was 1992, where Davey Allison crashes crossing the finish line after he beats Kyle Petty, and Kyle Petty and Dale Earnhardt had gotten into it earlier in the final lap. So that's probably the gold standard of All-Star races.
So do the drivers like the All-Star race? When they like being in it, is it a hassle for them? Or they like being in it?
I think they like it. I think they really liked it more, when it was at Charlotte, because that's where most of the drivers, live close to the teams, and their teams, as a sort of a home deal for them. They're not having to travel like they are this week.
So the points race right now, we went down, the guys are in the points, the 16 guys. Any surprises there? I know Busch is a disappointment because he's not in there, but any surprises at 16?
Well, probably the biggest surprise, obviously, Joey Logano being there in 18th. I think most people would have thought he'd been out. And then probably the biggest surprise of somebody being in would be Daniel Suarez in the number 7 car. He's run, well the first part of this year for sure. And then Chris Buescher, who I think is one of the best drivers in NASCAR, but he's face it, RFK is not Team Penske, and for him to be all the way up to 5th in points, I think is pretty huge for him as well.
So a couple of guys I was talking to at Chick-fil-A last week, they were NASCAR guys who listened to the show, sitting there eating lunch, and they said, next superstar in NASCAR is Carson Hocevar. So I'm going to ask Jeff Burton if he thinks that's the case, because we got some young guys up and coming. Will Carson Hocevar be the next face, the next Dale Earnhardt, next Jeff Gordon, if you will, of NASCAR?
I think if he won more races, he definitely could be, because he's definitely got a huge fan following and all, and very popular driver. But I would think more probably Connor Zilisch is probably a guy more long term that I think will have more success, or Corey Heim, who's not really in the Cup Series full time right now, but I think Corey Heim is incredibly talented, and I'll look for him to win a bunch of races, in the next few years.
So we're almost at the halfway point of the season. We got one more race. This week doesn't count. It's a non-points race. So I'm going to ask you, grade NASCAR the first half of the season so far, A, B, C, or D?
I think a B. We were talking, you or me, and neither one are big fans of road courses.
Yeah.
But I think NASCAR's had some solid races. I thought Bristol was very good this year. A lot of people, they're taking a lot of heat over the fans, but they've had a bigger crowd for that spring race than they've had some of the others, here in the spring. And I thought it was a good race, good solid race. The drafting tracks, they still have some work to do on those for sure, especially Daytona and Talladega. Atlanta usually provides a really good race, but the way they've got the fuel mileage thing with this next gen car, I don't know. I hope there's some changes coming up with the car here in the next year or so.
In what way? What would you change?
Well, I think one big thing I've been an advocate of is, I think one thing that hurts NASCAR racing, it's become a lot like IndyCar, where guys are sort of point and shoot because the cars are so low to the ground and all, and they have such downforce. I wish they'd make them go back to bigger ride heights and all, where it'd make the cars bounce around more and put it a little more in the driver's hands.
So when it's running low to the ground, it's just with our cars we drive out here in the street. If you're running low on the ground, you're close to the action. Ain't much chance of bouncing around anything. But if you elevate the car, you hit a bump, you don't know where you're going to go.
Well, and that air getting under the car and stuff as well, Although, I say that, I know there's, different skills involved when the car is more aerodynamic. A lot of guys have had tough times in the past transitioning from NASCAR to IndyCar and vice versa, So I like, though, the cars being, a little more, as far as a stock car, being a little higher off the ground and all.
You're talking about the Bristol fans. I've talked to several people who said, man, it was terrible. Wasn't anybody there? I said, well, were you there? Oh, no, I don't go. I said, well, then why? Well, it's just not the same. The fans aren't coming out anymore. I said, were you there? He said, oh, no, I wasn't there.
Well, and I don't think how many fans are there actually is how good of a race it is or whatever. No. Now, it does help the atmosphere, obviously, the more people you got there. I think we all miss those days when both the spring and the, race in September is sold out.
Defies logic to me. It says, oh, Bristol's, it's done. Nobody's up there. Were you there? Oh, no, I didn't go. So, well, then, you're no better than they are if you didn't go. But you sit at the house and complain there's muddy at Bristol, but you weren't one of the fans in attendance. So it's
Well-
almost like, people complain about politics. Did you go vote? No, I didn't go vote. Well, then you have your right to complain if you didn't vote. Same if you didn't go to Bristol and nobody's up there. Well, you're part of the problem because you should have got a ticket and win.
Yeah, but I mean, as we discussed, right after the Bristol race, it's probably around the third full, which is around 50,000 folks. Most estimates I saw was between about 50 and 60,000, which is still bigger than a sellout you'd get at Martinsville or Darlington or a lot of those tracks.
Some people, look, I've learned at this point in my life, some people are just not going to be happy. They didn't like it. I remember back when Kyle Busch was winning up there left and right. Well, I'm not going up there to watch Busch anymore. I'm tired of him winning everything at Bristol. Well, now he's not. And then, of course, Walter won what? How many times? 12?
He won 12, won 7 in a row from
7 in a row.
1981 to 1984. So that's what you call domination for sure.
We're not going back up there to Bristol. Richard Petty, or Darrell Walter wins everything. Okay.
Well, and Kel Yarborough back in the day would win, 5 or 7 laps ahead of the second place drivers. But of course, now a big difference back then. You'd have a car that wouldn't be as bulletproof. Like Richard Petty, you mentioned him one year. He was leading Bristol by about 3 laps, and like 5 laps to go, he had problems and ended up finishing second then to Fred Lorenzen, or maybe even third that year.
The man's doing it all out of his noggin. He's forgotten more. Your mother's watching, by the way. Say hello to your mama.
Hi, Mama.
Hello, Mama.
She's fussing at me. Said now she's got to make banana pudding. Said,
Oh, please. I'm pandering for banana pudding. Can she make it?
Oh, she can make it good.
She can tear it up.
She can make it the old-timey way, so that's what you really like.
Oh, Mama Birchfield, please make the old cowboy just a little bit of a banana pudding, just a smidge, and you can give the rest of it to your son. But I just like to have just a little. If it's any good as anything like a Mexican cornbread, Mama mia, it's good stuff. So here I am on my show pandering for food. There you go. I don't care. It's my show, whatever. But your mama made that Mexican cornbread. That was good stuff. So. All right, what are you working on right now? Are you going to the All-Star race?
I'm not going to the All-Star race, but I am going to be racing this weekend, Kingsport Speedway on Friday night, and then the sprint cars. Their only visit to Northeast Tennessee coming to Bulls Gap on Saturday night with the Carolina Sprint Tour.
You going to covering both of them?
Yeah, covering both of those plus high school sports. I'm going to be heading to Chattanooga tomorrow for state tennis championships, and then hopefully get back in time to help out with some of the sectional softball games on Friday.
You got it. So, busy time. By the way, the countdown up here on the screen, show that right there. That's your countdown to high school football. 100 days, 6 hours, and 9 minutes till kickoff. So we started the timer. So it's here. You get a little bit of a break in the summer, and then you turn around, start doing the football previews, and here you go, right?
Yeah, not a whole lot of breaks anymore. I mean, they start those media days earlier and earlier. They usually start them around July 20th. Now is usually like the first one, so... that gives you maybe a month, and where we cover a little bit in Southwest Virginia, their high school playoffs don't end for a couple more weeks. And so it stays pretty wide open. It's not like the old days. You don't get like a couple months that are a little slower. It's usually wide open all year round now.
Appalachian League will be starting up again, so that's right around the corner as well. It starts, I think, opening night's June 3rd, so it's going to be in a couple of weeks. So busy, busy, busy. He does a good job, too. So thank you, sir, for coming by. Well, say hello to your mama one more time, would you?
Hi, Mama.
Hello, Mama.
Yeah. I was going to say forgot too, ETSU baseball. This is their final home series of the season, so I'll definitely be there Saturday for the final home game.
Mm-hmm. That's a great ballpark, too. We did the district tournament there. It's an incredibly cool place to call a ball game. They did it right when they built that stadium. They know what they're doing. It was Thomas Stadium at East Tennessee State. Very, very nice facility and a great place to watch a game. And for us broadcasters, at least for me, it's a great place to call a game, too. So, good stuff. Thank you, sir. He's a good one. We'll take a break. We'll be right back. We'll finish it with Dr. Eric Carter. He's got some more goodies. He's got food back here to talk about. We like food. Banana pudding. We'll be right back after this.
Double C Western Supply in Elizabeth and your Cowboy store and so much more. We have shoes and boots for guys and gals. We have kids' boots and shoes for the little people, too. Ball caps, Marriott, Wrangler, and a large selection of Huey. We have purses, billfolds, handbags. We carry a full line of Montana Silversmith jewelry. We have both Lane Frost and Huey cologne and perfumes. We even have several styles of rugs to choose from and a large kids section full of boots and shoes and jeans and dresses and even stuffed animals. And jeans, and more jeans, both work and casual for guys and gals. Ariat Wrangler in all sizes and styles. T-shirts for men, women, and kids. For cold weather, we have fleece tops and sweaters. And racks full of men's shirts, including the George Strait line from Wrangler. Short sleeve and long sleeve shirts for men and women. Vests and jackets for the cold days and nights for the guys and the ladies. We have a full line of tack and cowboy hats for cowboys and cowgirls, along with belts and a great selection of saddles. So you see, it is a cowboy store and more. Double C Western Supply, Railroad Street, Elizabethton. Find us on Facebook and at doublecwesternsupply.com. We're back. We're ready to go. Andrew Lewis, Northeast Community Credit Union. Readers are winners. Year number 2. We're jacked up to do it again this year.
We're so excited.
Yep, we are excited. And so it's a chance for these kids at Eastside Elementary, Westside Elementary, and Harold McCormick Elementary win some cool prizes for reading. What's going on?
The first 9 weeks, we're going to be giving out those cool water bottles. Second 9 weeks, T-shirts.
T-shirts with a new design.
Absolutely. New color, all that fun stuff. The third 9 weeks, we're going to have a sweet new sticker. We'll get more into that later. Yeah.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
Whole point is readers are winners year number 2 at the 3 elementary schools and Elizabethton City Schools. Thanks to Northeast Community Credit Union. They're paying for all this through their corporate sponsor, and we love them for doing that. The bottom line is leaders are readers, readers are winners. Year number 2, getting ready to get started up soon, like right now, right away, for all these youngsters, again, at Harold McCormick, Westside and Eastside Elementary. Big thanks to the Northeast Community Credit Union for partnering with us to do Readers Are Winners in Elizabethton City Schools.
Back on the Tom Douglas Sports Show again. Brother went 0 for 4 yesterday, but man, he had a home run, had a big 2-run shot the other night. And gosh, do you talk to him pretty regular?
We do as much as we can.
Sure.
With his schedule. He's staying busy about all the time.
Yeah.
But yeah, as much as we can.
Do you ever call him up, give him tips?
No.
How come you struck out the other night? So see, my brother would do that. He would poke the bear. He'd call him, say, how come you struck out? Or how come you did this or whatever? Then I want to reach the phone and rip his jugular out. But you boys didn't fight too much, did you, growing up?
No, we didn't. Always got along pretty well.
Yeah, that's good. So talking about his brother Evan Carter, who's the starting center fielder for the Texas Rangers, I think is incredibly cool. And so they've got another game tonight with the Arizona Diamondbacks. So he went 0 for 4 last night, and again, he had a home run at Yankee Stadium last weekend, and then over the weekend had a home run against the Cubs. Went down the right field line. Did you see that one on the video?
Yeah, sure did.
Oh, Kurt Suzuki went out, tried to go up and get it. It hit too far, home run. Loved it. So anyway, we're awful proud of him. He's a great young man, and of course it's his brother. So we're here again at his pharmacy in downtown Elizabethton, right beside Carter County Bank. And so we're going to, oh man, look at this. We got some new honey.
We do. Got a bunch of new flavors.
Wow. All right, this is all local. This is Wildflower Honey, Tri-Cities #1 honey. Tell us about this one.
Yeah, so the guy harvests this. He lives over in Bluff City, so it's as local as it gets. The first 2 we got here, the regular you've got, and then we've got a dark honey coming up. We've got those in the pints and the big quarts. But all our local honey here, it's $14 for the small jar, $20 for the big jar. And the way he described that's the regular honey is like the honey taste you know. The dark honey, he said it's just bees in different areas feeding on different types of flowers. But he said that is sweeter, more kind of molassesy taste. But like I said, got big and small in both of those. And then these 3 coming up, he said he's just now got into this one of his first runs, but kind of some flavors infused in them.
Spicy honey. I don't know what that means, but there you go. Spicy honey. Have you tried this?
That one, me and Hunter tried it the other day, and it had a little bit of kick. It's got habaneros in it, but he said with infusing honey, just where it's so thick, he said you kind of turn them, or I'll do it right there, kind of turn them over and back over a time or 2 a day, and you can kind of see the stuff floating in that. But he said the more you turn it, the stronger that taste will be.
This is Madagascar vanilla honey.
Mm.
That sounds good.
Yeah, and it's got those little vanilla sticks floating in it.
You like it?
I hadn't tried the honey yet.
All right, so this one is the Peruvian ginger honey.
Mm.
So that's something new, flavored honey.
Yeah, yeah.
That's awesome. So this right here again at Lingerfield Drugs. That's 5 different flavors. There's more over there on the wall. We just brought those for the show. So you got different honeys. You got butters.
Mm.
Let's see. I can read them: apple, cinnamon apple, honey crisp apple butter, pecan apple butter, rum apple butter, blackberry or blueberry butter, cherry butter, monkey butter, peach butter, pumpkin butter, strawberry butter. Then the third shelf down, grape jelly, apple pie preserves, blackberry preserves, peach preserves, red raspberry preserves, and strawberry preserves, all with the Lingerfield Drug Center logo on it, or wrapping or packaging. It's really cool.
Mm.
Then that last one, there's corn salsa, pineapple salsa, medium summer salsa, hot summer salsa, mango habanero salsa, ghost pepper salsa, and southern chow chow.
Gets hotter as you go across.
I'll say that ghost pepper will set you on fire.
Mm-hmm.
Whew. You
About
ever try
medium.
that?
No, medium's about as hot as I've
That's
tried.
it. Men's him sissies. I can't do that hot stuff. So anyway, that's all right here. They sell it every day, and you sell a bunch of it.
Yeah. And that local honey, just kind of putting in a plug on it, it's very good. And as far as the price goes for local honey, that's very competitive. But
Yes, it is.
I've been eating it every morning in my oatmeal, and it's delicious. So
That's good.
Very good, yeah.
All right, what else we got, sir?
Then these right here, I was just trying to think of different stuff we're selling a bunch of, and bandanas we've been selling quite a bit of lately. So that one's kind of elastic, like a headband slash
headband.
bandana.
Yep.
But getting out in the yard working, sweating, keeping your hair out of your face, we've been selling quite a bit of those.
$1.99 for these headbands. So this one is white and black, obviously, for $1.99. This is the red and black paisley headbands. All right. Here's one that is a bandana bandeau. Is what you call that?
I wonder if that's bandana and something else.
I don't know.
I don't know.
It's $1.25. There's what it says: bandana for $1.25. A patriotic bandana. Some stars on it for the nation's birthday. We're 250 years old this year.
And then those are kind of guys or girls. We got a bunch of different colors. The camo ones, the ones I grabbed.
Bandanas for $1.99. So there you go. Are these bandanas? No, they're not bandanas. They call them multifunctional bandanas. So
Think you can use them like a gaiter. You can wear them like a mask or a bandana. Those are elastic, so you can kind of wear them however you want.
you see right there, you can wear it around your neck, around your face, around your head for $1.99. Okay.
And then these are more for the ladies, but we got a bunch of different colors of those too.
Okay.
And those are elastic in the back, so in the front it kind of looks like you've got a bandana wrapped, but then in the back they'll be
Elastic.
pinched top for you. Yeah.
Yeah. There's that one. Here's another color. These are prices are
I think $1 on
dollar.
those.
Yeah. For $1 a piece for these. Got all kinds of cool stuff here. It's more than just a drugstore, folks. I can tell you that. And there's that. There's another bandana. It's got the turquoise and orange. And so there's the elastic on the back of it. You can get these for $1. So wear those. You can almost wear those under your ball cap
Yeah, yeah.
because they're thin enough.
Me and Marsha was kind of joking the other day. That makes me think of the Lady Vols, and then we got a Hampton and somebody pink. I don't know who that would be. But yeah, we've been selling quite a bit of those, so thought I'd show them up here.
Absolutely. That's a good thing. Now, here's the coolest thing in the store. I'm telling you, the pill packs. So what we got left? This is
Yep,
it, isn't it?
that's
Pill
it,
packs.
yeah.
These are awesome. And so we'll let him tell you all about the pill packs. We've done this before, but this is, to me, it's a no-brainer. So tell them, we'll make the assumption somebody's out there watching has never seen you talk about it. We talk about it every month. Tell them about the pill packs, how you can help them.
Yeah, and I hate to be repetitive, but I do think they're that helpful to people. I'd say half the new people we get are wanting to do these packs, but the way they work is we get with you, you tell us you want to transfer. For that, we just need your name, phone number, where you're trading, and then we'll get all your prescriptions brought to us, take care of getting new refills, whatever we need to do, and then we get with you, get exactly which medicines you take, and when you take them, and then we can plug them into our software, and it puts them out in these little pill packs, and they're a monthly calendar is how they look. We can do all of them in the morning, up to 5 times a day, however you need them to take your medicines. But they're little punch-out cards. Like I said, it's got the dates on them. Each little dose cup there's got the name of each medicine, the date, your name. And one thing, a lot of people, what they've liked is these sheets on the front. You know, you go to a heart doctor, pulmonary doctor, kidney doctor. They tear off these front pages, and it's got exactly what you take, the strengths, and when. So it's a good tool just to keep all your doctors on the same page.
How do you say that?
Omeprazole.
All right, here's omeprazole, which is this right here. So if the person taking it gets confused, there's what it looks like. The instructions say take 1 capsule by mouth twice a day, and down here in the yellow it says take it in the morning. The yellow is for the morning. Now this one, same scenario, except if you take them in the nighttime before you go to bed, it's got the blue thing on it. It tells you take it at 10 o'clock, take 1 tablet, so it actually tells you on the back what you're to take, what it actually looks like in case you get confused. You're taking a lot of different medicines. Now what's this little tiny white pill for? Well, it tells you, and it tells you when to take it. And so they do this free every month. And so another cool thing is vacation's coming up, so if you're traveling and you don't take all this, you say, okay, I'm going to be gone 4 days. We can go up here. Am I right? These tear apart?
Yes, sure do.
So see right here, you can tear these out. Just take 4 with you on the trip. And on the back of it, it still tells you the information you need, even if you just take them as individuals on the trip.
Yep.
It's a no-brainer. It's really, really cool. Pill packs, what they call them.
And something else we've started doing, like I was kind of saying, you can customize these a bunch. And so, for example, on here, take 1 tablet by mouth at bedtime. We've had a bunch of people start asking us to put, because we can type whatever we want. We'll say take 1 tablet by mouth at bedtime for cholesterol or for blood pressure.
For the reason you're doing it.
And that's something
smart.
You know, a lot of people know they take that white football pill and a pink and yellow capsule, don't have any idea what it's for. So us being able to put on there for cholesterol, for heartburn, for happy mood, you know, we can put anything, and stuff like that. I think the more informed you are about your own medicines, the more you can help yourself.
So what percentage of the people come in here are taking multiple medicines? Some just take 1. How many out of a percentage, how many of your patients are taking more than 1 medication?
I would say 99.
90%?
That's something that's kind of a joke. Once you get on your first medicine, you're going to be on 5.
Oh, 3 or 4 or 5.
So that's, and you know, that falls hand in hand a lot. People, you know, they can be healthy, but it seems like once you kind of start getting high blood pressure, you know, diabetes and cholesterol usually is close, or arthritis. So a lot of people can kind of put off medicine for a while, but once you get to the point you need to see doctors, usually there's a few things going on. But
you got it.
That's where with these packs, though, a lot of that stuff, especially if you do get on a few medicines kind of right off the bat, it can be very overwhelming, kind of scare you, confuse you. So us being able to do them in these packs makes it very simple and very straightforward for you.
Well, and it's makes some people very apprehensive, especially if you're not taking a lot of medicine ever, and all of a sudden something's gone wrong. You got to take a lot of different medications. It can be overwhelming.
Yeah, it sure can. And that's a good example we had last week on that is, you know, say somebody takes 10, 15, 20 medicines. They've got, they've got a steroid shot in their back coming up or their hip or something. Before procedures like that, doctors will give you a form, says, you know, for 3 days before surgery, hold this medicine. For 5 days before, hold this one. Don't start this one until 3 days after. You know, it's
confusing.
Yeah, it's confusing for me, but that's something you can bring that into us, and we can adjust your packs on that. So we'll go through, and if you take one of those medicines, we'll see what day's your procedure, mark it on your pack, and pull it out the days it needs to be. So stuff like that, just bring it in, talk to us, and you don't have to worry about any of it. We'll handle all that for you.
There you go, folks. That's called customer service. Hours are open.
Here Monday through Friday, 9 to 5, and Saturdays, 9 to 12.
Where do we find you on social media?
On Facebook is Lingerfelt Drug Center.
And the magic phone number is?
It's 423-542-2138.
He knows why I'm laughing. First time we did this, he was nervous wreck. You're not nervous now. You cannot be nervous. You cannot tell me you're nervous.
I'd say 3 out of 10.
Oh, right now you're nervous? I'd have never guessed that. No, he's smooth, cool as a cucumber, just full of information. But anyway, first time we did a segment, we were over there. I said, "What's your phone number?" He said, "I can't remember my phone number."
How they say, you get so nervous you black out.
Yeah.
That first interview, I remember sitting down and I remember getting up. So
Everything in between you don't remember?
it's gone.
Wow. You would have never known it, folks. He is cool as a cucumber, does a wonderful job. This place moves the merchandise here. And so you think, well, he's too busy for me. No, he's never too busy for you. They're taking on new patients all the time. And so or new clients, I guess what you'd say, new clients all the time. And so, as we said in the first segment, he's said they're 2 to 3 times a week now. Folks are coming, calling or coming in saying, "I am so put out with over there, wherever over there is. I want you to take care of my medicines." It's real easy, isn't it?
Yeah, sure is. And that's people come to us for a lot of different reasons, but the big ones we hear is especially people with multiple medications. They're tired of making 10 trips a month to the pharmacy, tired of showing up, not being ready, having to come back again, stuff like that. Big chains are so busy. They see you, and as soon as you leave, they're done with you,
Yeah.
But that's something we know our customers. We know what medicines they take, what health conditions they have. So we're going to take care of you.
And he does. I can tell you firsthand testimonial. Every time I've had a little bump in the road, I've called, "Hey, Doc," he'll say, "What ails you?" And I said, "Well, here's what's going on now." But every time I've asked for something, with that first segment, he showed you what I took for I guess it was allergies, what I had, but it cleared up in a day. And so anytime I need something, I call him and he's right there. I think the world of him and his mom and his dad and his brother. They're good peeps. So guess we'll see you next month. We'll be talking Father's Day next month. Is it just me? Is it hard to believe?
It's flying by.
I can't believe it. I mean, here's your countdown for football up here. I'm going to show everybody
Oh,
again.
my goodness.
Yep. Where is it? We put it on there yesterday, so we kick on today. 100 days, 5 hours and 49 minutes
Oh,
of
my
football.
goodness.
Is that not crazy?
Yeah, that doesn't seem right.
Cyclone football in 100 days. So it is what it is. All right, we're going to go to the break. Health Mart Pharmacy, I want him to tell you all about that. We'll be right back after this at Lingerfield Drug Center, the Tom Taylor Sports Drug Center. Health Mart Pharmacy. Tell me about that. Why does that help the consumer in the community shop?
Yeah, the Health Mart is a group that whenever pharmacies buy drugs, they're able to contract with small pharmacies and get us purchasing power the same as a big pharmacy would be able to do, like a big chain or something like that. So basically all our prescriptions that we buy and anything over the counter like medicines, braces, glasses, really about anything, it lets us get cheaper prices. That is good for us and good for our customers because a lot of people think coming to a small pharmacy you may have to pay more for prescriptions or over the counters, but if anything, it's cheaper here.
Yep. It's not the case. It's cheaper here. Hours are open, again, at Lingerfield Drug Center.
Yeah, here Monday through Friday, 9 to 5, and Saturdays, 9 to 12.
How do we find you on social media?
On Facebook as Lingerfeld Drug Center.
And you know when we'll ask you, the magic phone number is?
It's 423-542-2138.
Health Mart Pharmacy. There's a sign hanging up there at Lingerfield Drug Center, one of our great sponsors of Cyclone Sports and the Tom Taylor Sports Show. And back on the Tom Taylor Sports Show again. Thanks for watching the show. We're going to step away and rejoin you at 5:45 from Jonesboro, Crockett High School for the regional softball championship, audio only. We're going there at 5:45. First pitch at 6. Fifth meeting between Crockett and the Lady Cyclones. Crockett's won the first 4, and can the Lady Cyclones break the string? If they do, they'll be playing at home. If they lose, they'll be on the road. And, of course, to win that game, the next game out, which will be the sectional. If you win the next game after tonight, then you go to the state tournament next week in Murfreesboro. So, but you take them one at a time. You'll take the Lady Pioneers tonight, who is a really good softball team. Cyclones are a really good softball team, so it'll be interesting to see how that one goes. We'll Bring it to you airtime at 5:45, audio only. Thanks to our guest, Bill Robinson, Milligan University basketball coach, Andrew Smith, sports writer, Johnson City Press, Kingsport Times News, Jeff Birchfield, sports writer, Johnson City Press, Kingsport Times News, and the obvious, Dr. Eric Carter here with us. Out of time, we sincerely thank you for yours. Back in the saddle, ready to go, as we said at 5:45, audio only with Lady Cyclone softball. Let's finish it up. We always dedicate our show to the man who hung on the cross, and today's certainly no exception. So, and it goes like this. It says, when we pray, we can trust that God's outcome is the best one. We need to always ask him to clearly lead us. Here's the verse of the day, Psalms 32:8. I will instruct you and teach you in the way you should go. I will counsel you and watch over you. I mean, what a promise from God. That's for me and you. We have to always remember the Lord Jesus is in charge. We are not. Boy, how long has it taken me in my life to figure that one out? So you are not running the show, Tom. He is. Again, when we pray, we can trust that God's outcome is the best one. We need to always ask him to clearly lead us. We have to always remember the Lord Jesus is in charge and we are not. Amen to that. And here's the verse, Psalms 32:8. I will instruct you and teach you in the way you should go. I will counsel you and watch over you. Good way to end it. Back at 5:45 with Lady Cyclone Regional Championship Softball. Till then, we'll say, as always, bloom where you planted, and win or lose, be a good sport. Thanks for watching show number 2496 on this 13th day of May, live today here at Lingerfield Drug Center in